Hi everyone, I'm here today to talk to you about, can you hear me? Okay, to talk about a learning experience more than a product. Before I start, I just want to apologize for my English, so sorry. You will hear quite a strong Italian accent, but this is important and fundamental because the product we are talking about is very Italian in its concept and in its design. And I hope you will love the charm we have tried to bring in it. So, okay. So first of all, Pinguin, to describe Pinguin, we must understand that we developed this solution starting not from the product itself or from technology, but from children's needs. So what we ask to ourselves is how children are using technology and how they are approaching to it. And then we develop a product that helps them to experience technology while learning. We wanted something that was smart, meaningful, and beautiful. And this is the final result that then you can try whenever you want. So we understand that to provide this kind of solution, we need a synergy. So Pinguin is not a product that is born from one company, but is born from a synergy. We developed the concept as Campus Store. We are a solution provider, so we work to fulfill school needs since 30 years ago. And then we find the partner who can provide the full solution. So we choose C Computer and we cooperate with them to develop the technological part of the product that is Intel in its core, and it works on Windows based. And this is important for us because most of the monitors, especially, can be developed in Android, for example, but we want something that was more secure and more. So we ask to our partner, C Computer, to find out this solution that can be updated every time because it's a computer, a Windows computer, basically. And then for us it was important to bring content. So one thing that we have noticed in the past 30 years working with school is that sometimes we have wonderful technologies that we can provide to school, but there is no content, nothing inside the technology. So what we want, or you have content that are just placed inside the technology but are not developed to be used with the technology itself. So we asked to Giunti Scuola, which is the main publisher for kindergarten and primary school in Italy, to understand what we wanted to develop and to develop for this specific content that are inspired by what they do for normal school books for children, but are aimed to help children to experience technology in the proper way. And we find out that we can realize one product with many solutions and many possibilities of learning. Here you have some. So let's see what is Pinguin itself. And later on, you can try it here. It's here, and you can use it like a children. So it's a digital desk that can become a fun table. It's designed for children from 3 to 7 years old. So you can experience it, you can touch it. It's completely made in wooden, except for the technological part, of course. But it's important for us because we have seen that, especially for the young children, wooden creates an environment that is more inclusive and it's more appealing. It can be placed in 16 different positions. So you don't only have a desk, you don't only have a fun table, but you can also use it as a digital board with the right aids for children. You can use it to show content. You can use it as a coding table because on the side of the desk we have rails that can be placed up or down to avoid robot crashing, for example, from the desk. But later on we are going to see this. And of course, it can be a digital desk for single use or a digital desk for collaborative learning. So First of all, it's not a game, it's not a digital book, it's a new way of experiencing scholastic content. Later on, I will show you how we develop those content. It is a way that is in line on how children experience technology. So it's not a book that we just place like in PDF on a monitor, but we create real interaction that is somehow recreates how children use your tablet or your smartphone when they experience technology by themselves, just to have fun. We have matched didactic content with a technological device developed for doing this, creating, I think, a great piece of furniture that can also give an added value to learning environments, to educational spaces, and helps you to create a better classroom, also in terms of appeals for children. We are Italian, so we have a long history of pedagogy match on how beautiful environments helps to create a better education and a better learning experience for everyone, but for the young one especially. So that's why we work so much to create something that is fun for them. And also, you need to reason around the name. So normally, serious company use animal names or hero names just as code names while they are developing a product, and then they choose a more serious one. While we decided to keep the penguin because everyone loves penguins, don't you? And if you see the design, we try to place the penguin as well on the profile of the table, because we think that is part of what that may attract children in using it. And above all, it's about content, but it's a support, as I tell you, for using content in a proper way. But let's start to define it and not only say what is not. So first of all, it's a two-in-one table. So main use of it is that you can use it like a normal desk or like a technological desk. You have a double surface. In one, you can do all the analogical activities you want. You can write, you can paint, and whatever. On the other side, we have the technology. The technology is important because, as I tell you, it's very secure, it's very stable, and it's open. You can adapt it every time. We send it, we provide it to school with a lot of contents already developed, but you can open it to all your content if you want to enlarge its possibility. You can use in different positions. You can use it seated or you can use it standing. So it can be used as a sharing table for sharing content, or you can use it for single use. It can be used as a regular desk. Sorry. Okay, here you see it. As a coding desk. Can we see it in action with the robots? Fabri? So here, for example, I ask you to observe one thing. So the eighth of the border we place, that is a removable border, so you don't have to use it. It is thought to avoid coding robots, so the main coding robots, to fall from the table. So if you want to use as a coding table or as a painting table and you have pencil on it, paintings on it, you don't have the problem that the object you are using can fall down from the table itself, and then you can remove it just pushing one button. Another thing I want you to see is that, I asked Marco to help me, is that it's very secure. So for children it's impossible to move it because we have a double secure method. So only an adult can use it. You need to push both of the buttons to change the position of the table, and this avoids children to having problem of security in this sense. Its design, it's completely ergonomic and has been studied to be comfortable and to support real learning from children, and it's a great fun desk. So there's a lot of great funny activity you can do combined with learning experiences. It can be a support to creativity and self-expression. It supports illustration. Some of the app and of the content we insert inside the table are aimed to paint, to draw, and so on. But it can also be combined with an accessory. Later on I will show you a video so you can understand, that helps us to transform it in a light table, a sand table, or a shape arts table. It can be used as an interactive digital board, of course, or as something that can play music because there is a sound incorporated in it, or something that can reproduce video content that you, for example, develop by your own, or that you will find online, or that you find inside the table. Because there are a lot of ready-to-use video with educational content provided that are inside the pieces of furniture itself. But above all, as I told you from the very first beginning, it's an experience of learning. It's not an object. It's a way of experiencing technology in a different way. We have taken a device, of course, but starting from how students interact with devices when they are free to explore. So we are not imposing them a way to use technology, but we start from their needs and from what attracts them when they use a smartphone or a tablet, and we try to convey the educational content in this way. This also isn't an app. We don't have just games app or just funny games inside it, but it's an educational experience that we can say that is complete. We have engaging video that has been developed from what children need from 3 years old to 8 years old need to learn. And then we move to an exploration stage, so we also have some content that are more explorative, where students can interact with ready-to-use material that are education. And then we have interactive exercise, different kind of exercise that children can play, use, and use to enforce what they have learned. This is the description, and it's the final description of the technical asset that makes Pinguin so stable and perfect for educational ecosystem. First of all, as I told you, we want a very powerful and stable system, so that's why we decided to put Intel at its core, because we want just the best from the very heart of the product. And then, of course, we cooperate very strongly with C Computer, which is the first Italian provider of technological solution, and they decided to develop this table on Windows system. This is a very important thing that I want you to reason about, because this ensures the Microsoft environment ensure the maximum security possibilities for children and for experiencing their data, their experience of learning with no secure problems. It's a 32 inches digital board, basically, mounted on it. and it supports 12 different touches. So that's why it can be used by one children or by a group of children, for example, 5 or 6 children at the same time that can use it, creating a real cooperation and collaborative experience of learning. Here you have the dimension described, but I think that the best way to try it and to experience it is to come here and try the app. All the content were at the beginning developed in Italian. Now they are all in English, and we can develop them also in other language if it's needed. So it's completely personalized, and this is something that is at its core. Creating experience of learning for children that can be real, inclusive, and real personalized, not for special needs, but for everyone needs. I hope you will enjoy it, and if you want, you can come here and play with us. Thank you.